Welcome to your Activations with JJ Energy Update for the week of February 8th, 2021. Thank you for joining me to receive what comes through for this particular week with relation to the energy for this week. And as I've been preparing to do this update, I kind of feel like I'm piggybacking on last week. If you remember or listened to last week's update, we received information from an emissary of ancestral wisdom, or the ancestors of wisdom, through White Buffalo Calf Woman. And last week, for my regular length podcast episode, I also brought through some ancestral wisdom, as well as a meditation that I added onto my YouTube channel with the fathers and mothers of 4 elements of the earth. It was air, fire, water, and earth. I actually feel like that was in preparation for this week, because now that I've been getting ready for this coming week's episode and energy update and everything, I actually have been feeling pretty strongly a connection to elementals. In particular, ancient elementals is the word that comes through. I see an old tree with bark that looks like it's the face of an old man. And I know there's movies that kind of portray that. You can maybe picture it in your mind. And then I saw a post on social media where somebody was explaining this type of moss that I think it's called old man's beard or something like that. So again, just bringing through that very old and ancient wisdom of the elementals. When I say elementals, what comes through for me is gnomes and dwarfs and fairies, rocks and trees, all of the spirits of those particular beings and energies. So I will set the intention to invite them to help us with our energy update for this week. I feel like they have a grounding energy that we need and that will be beneficial to us. So take a deep breath with me for a moment. Let's all tune in together to see what they have to say. We appreciate the invitation to provide you with information regarding the energy and the vibration which will best complement you and support you throughout this particular week. As JJ mentioned, we come through as a grounding energy connected to the ancient elementals, connected to the oldest trees on the planet, connected to the oldest mountains and rock formations on the planet, connected to that which has almost been here since the beginning of the birth of this planet. And because of our presence over those eons, we are able to provide you with an activation. Therefore, instead of 3 key words or 3 key concepts, we would like to leave you with 3 activations. We will use a combination of your language and our light language, as you would say, or that which belongs to the elementals as a tongue. Your first activation will involve the shape of an orange triangle. we ask you to focus on the orange rust-colored picture of a triangle in your mind, as well as that desert rock, which often contains a great deal of iron, giving it the shade of orange, almost to a red. Inhaling and exhaling as we provide you with the activation. Abu Shana Latahishtana Abu Laina Shotala Aina Isho Latanaishtala Ataliina Ishota Atalaina Oshtota Atalaina Oshtota Abetinato Abatinato Nato. Your second activation comes through the shape of a circle and the element of the waters. Imagine the waves as they caress the sand. Imagine those elementals which spring forth from the spray of the ocean, which permeate the skin of those who bathe in the waters of the ocean, which endow life, which endow nutrients, which endow a rejuvenated spirit. You might call them pixies. And we will now provide the activation. Ila ino ishtanaita huishalaina. Ala ino ishalita na huishanalaita. Awatino ishalatana ishanalatita. Alat uni shalati inai o ala ina ishtanano ikala. Obalati ina ishanatilo yashana ilai tatai. Ashalat anino washtadida. Your third activation comes from the giant sequoias that are present on this planet, and that hold the wisdom of many ages. For although they have not existed since the beginning of time, their DNA allows them to access information and wisdom as far back as the beginning of this planet. Imagine their bark, their trunk reaching toward the skies, pointing our eyes heavenward, pointing our eyes to the great beyond, to the idea of seeking more than what is here below, but also seeking what is above. We will now provide the activation. Oishala, 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 Oishala. Yuleti nashtitalu Habalo etanea wish Habano etanea wish Habano eilatoi shatatalu. We come to the end of our transmission and express our gratitude for your willingness to receive these activations. As you would say, Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for this week's update. I would like to add just a little commentary on some things I felt that might give you a little bit of clarity consciously. I know subconsciously we often receive things and we just don't know how much has been activated. But I do feel like there are some words that go along with each activation that might help you possibly understand and integrate them even more. The first word that goes along with the red rock and the red earth activation is the word stability. The word that goes along with the pixies in the spray of the ocean and the water and the circle is bliss. And the third word, which goes along with the activation provided by the ancient sequoia energy, is veneration. Veneration. The act of honoring. So I hope that those words, along with those activations in light language and those visuals, can provide you with what you need for this week. Thank you so much again for joining me here on Activations with JJ, and I hope you have a fantastic week. Namaste.